Fight scenes aren't unique to action stories. Many genres can benefit from thrilling scenes that pit characters against each other, but they can be tough to write if you're used to writing slower paced stories. So here's a few tips for writing a fight scene that really packs a punch. First tip is to write shorter. Fight scenes should be fast paced, and the easiest way to do that is to keep your sentences short. Maybe not awkwardly short, but shorter than usual. Long, complicated lines are only going to delay your character's next move. So if you tend to be long-winded like I am, you're going to have to switch up your writing style. Avoid lengthy descriptions and lots of commas if that's your thing, and trim down your narration to keep things straight to the point. My second tip is to use stronger verbs. You can shorten sentences even further by being more thoughtful about your choice of words. And I am not one of those people that advocates avoiding adverbs at all costs, but there's something to be said for choosing verbs that are a little more charged. That is, using verbs that don't need an adverb to qualify them. These are verbs that are going to paint a better picture for your reader. It'll also make your writing more impactful. So instead of saying they hit someone hard, say they pummeled them. And even if your original verb choice didn't need an adverb, there are usually alternatives that can evoke a stronger emotional response. Slash is stronger than cut, and hurling an axe carries more weight than just throwing it. My point is, choosing the right words will keep your fight scene from sounding basic or bland. My third tip is to describe sensations. I said something similar a long time ago in a video about writing spicy scenes, but one of the best ways to keep readers invested is to put them in your character's shoes. Because it's one thing to describe what an observer might see if they're watching a fight, it's another to depict what a character is experiencing subjectively in that moment. And like a spicy scene, a fight is going to be a sensory experience. So instead of visually depicting the punch that your character lands, focus on the feeling of their fists striking their opponent's body. Write about the strain of their muscles as they swing their sword overhead. Describe heart pounding in their chest, ringing in their ears after a blow to the head, or a trickle of sweat going down their face. It's going to make the fight scene much more real because your reader's not just watching the fight, they're right in the middle of it. My fourth tip is to build tension. Another way to keep readers interested is to build up tension before the fight even breaks out. So try to set the scene before it even starts. Of course, all of this is assuming that the fight is expected. If it happens by surprise, you're not really going to have this opportunity. If anything, you're going to want your readers to be caught just as off guard as your characters. But if the fight is expected, everyone knows there's this upcoming battle, some upcoming duel, you should try setting the tone beforehand. You could write some dialogue with the character expressing their anticipation of the fight, or maybe their friend expressing concern over it. You could also describe what the people around them are doing. Do they look nervous, excited, thirsty for blood? You don't necessarily have to have your hero and their opponent engage in lengthy dialogue before throwing punches, but if they do interact, it can help build tension if executed well. And my fifth tip is to describe the impact. People feel all sorts of emotions when they're fighting. And just like a sex scene, an action sequence is going to leave an emotional impact on the characters involved. So if your character's not invested in the fight, your readers aren't going to be either. So it's going to be best to show how it's affecting your characters on an emotional or psychological level. You don't have to dive into this in the middle of a fight. If anything, it's probably going to slow it down if you say too much. But explore their thoughts and feelings either before or after the action sequence. Do they feel betrayed? Are they thrilled to finally get revenge? Or maybe they're just terrified at the thought of losing. By showing that the fight actually meant something to the character, is going to mean something to your readers as well. Anyway, I guess the point is, fight scenes should be thrilling, not boring. And while there's many ways to do that, if you're used to writing slower paced stories, this is probably going to be difficult for you. God knows I found it difficult when I started writing action scenes because I tend to write fairly long-winded. If that's an issue that you struggle with, definitely let me know. I imagine that I'm not the only one. And if you have any advice for other writers that I didn't mention here, feel free to leave that in the comments as well. And if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe, follow me on social media, and as always, thank you for watching. God bless.